and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin, and for today's video I'm going to be doing the end of year book tag. So I recently saw Ariel Bisset do this tag and I really wanted to do it. It's one that I had never seen before and it got me excited and I really liked the questions. It's pretty short, so I'm gonna try and talk very minimally, but I'm excited, so let's just get started. I don't know who the original creator of this tag is, but like I said, I saw Ariel Bisset do it, so that's where I got the idea. I wasn't tagged, I just wanted to. The first question is, have you started a book that you started earlier and you really need to finish by the end of the year? Obviously, I have a million different books for this because I am so bad about picking books up and then setting them down regardless of how interesting they are, but the main one that came to mind when I saw this question was A Reaper at the Gates by Sabati here. You guys know that I have loved An Ember in the Ashes, and then A Torch Against the Night was okay, and then I was still really enjoying this one, excuse me, when I put it down, and I just need to finish reading it because I am over 100 pages in. I'm almost 150 pages in and everything is still so intense. There are still so many things that I'm so worried about. I genuinely don't know why I haven't finished it. I am in the middle of a Helene chapter and she's not my favorite perspective to read from, so that might be why, but this is one that I absolutely need to finish by the end of the year. I will consider myself a disgrace if I don't, because I read An Ember in the Ashes in like March or something like that, so it's ridiculous that I haven't read this yet. Or maybe it was like April or beginning of May, I don't remember. The next question is, do you have a book that you read during autumn to kind of transition into the end of the year? And for that, I don't really, but there is an autumn read that I will probably use to transition into the year that I found a little bit early in the year and I just love it, and that is Pumpkinheads. I've talked about this a lot recently, but this is one of the best graphic novels that I have ever read. It's so cute, so wholesome, it's so good, and I feel like not enough people have read it yet. I know it's not quite fall just yet, but more people need to read it because it's so good. It's about these two friends, Josiah and Deja is I think how you pronounce her name, and they are seasonal best friends when they work at this pumpkin patch together, but it's their senior year and so it's Halloween and it's their last night working together ever because they don't ever hang out with each other outside of work, and so they're trying to do all of these things that they haven't really done over the years and make the most of their last night, and their friendship is the cutest thing in the world. It reminded me so much of my relationship with my best friends, and just the banter in here is adorable, and it's just, it has great autumn vibes, obviously, because they're at a pumpkin patch, and I want more of this. Like, I just want more of this. So if they could do other seasonal books together, that would be incredible, but obviously I don't want them to do it if it's just gonna go downhill, but like I also want more of this quality because it's just so good. The amount of interruptions I've had while filming this video it's unreal, really it is. Question 3 is, are there any new releases that you are still waiting for? Of course there are. The two that came to mind when I saw this question were the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nunn. I didn't love this book, but that's because I had different expectations than what this was. I was expecting a lot more like high fantasy and just a lot of things I was expecting to be different. So I think with knowing what this book actually is, going into the sequel, I will be able to enjoy the sequel a lot more. But yeah, I'm still so excited to read the sequel, plus these covers are stunning. I'm so excited. The other book that came to mind was The Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. This is The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory. She also wrote The Wedding Date and The Wedding Party. Her books are pretty enjoyable. This one is my least favorite. I am currently listening to The Wedding Party on audiobook and loving it right now. So I don't tend to love all of her books, but The Wedding Party I'm loving, and so that's why this one came to mind, or The Holiday came to mind when I saw this question. It's coming out in October, I believe, and I don't know exactly what it's about, but it's kind of like a Christmassy romance, and for that I am so excited. Question 4 is, what are 3 books that you really need to read by the end of the year? I have a million, but these are the ones that I kind of thought of and like I really want to try and focus on reading by the end of the year. The first book that I thought of when I saw this question was Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. I went to her like book release signing the day that this actually came out in New York City. It was like a happy accident, but I read like the first little bit of it and I was so intrigued. Her writing style is absolutely impeccable from the first couple of pages of it, and so it's also one of my most anticipated releases, so it's just ridiculous that I haven't read it yet. She was also the cutest, sweetest person I've ever seen in my life, so I really want to support her and read her book. Plus, it was one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and I've had it for months and I haven't read it, and it's just a little ridiculous, to be honest. So this is number 1. Number 2 is pretty much the same story minus the author meeting, and that is Finale by Stephanie Garber. This is the conclusion to the Caraval series. There is no excuse. I have had this since the day it came out, and I've been excited to read it. I don't know what it is about third books in series, especially conclusions. I just have a hard time picking them up, but I really need to read this because it's one of my favorite series ever, so it's quite ridiculous that I haven't read it. Then the last one is actually a backlisted book that a lot of people have been reading recently and have been loving, and that is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. The Devil's Thief came out a little bit ago as well, I believe, and this is one that I don't know, I really want to read it for whatever reason. It's high up there, so hopefully within the next couple of months I can get this done. That's my goal. But those are the 3 books for that particular question. The second to last question, number 5, is there a book that you think could still shock you and become a favorite? So I have 2 books for this question. Both of them I have already started reading, so it's kind of cheating, but the first one is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This book has already captured my heart. I'm about halfway through and I haven't finished it yet. Again, I've been reading this since July. It's so ridiculous that I haven't finished it yet. I'm on page 106 and I love Charlie so far, so I really need to finish this one, but based on everything that I've read, it's going to be a new favorite. I just love it so much. And then the other book to answer that question is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Again, I have started this. I'm not super far into it. I am less than 50 pages, but I'm already like so obsessed with it. And it's really surprised me because it wasn't a book that I even thought that I would really enjoy. I don't know why. I don't know, like restoring magic for whatever reason didn't really intrigue me, and now I'm reading it and I can't stop. So I really think that this might be a new favorite, and I am so freaking excited about that. I'm loving it so far. The last question, number 6, is do you have any reading plans for next year, 2020? Wow, that's wild. Not really. I would love to try and read 100 books next year, but I don't know if that's plausible, so I might go to like 70 or 75. It'll be less than this year for my reading goal, but still a decent amount that I would be really proud of if I could do, just because I am going to be hopefully finishing up my associate's degree and possibly moving across the country by myself, and there's just going to be a lot going on, and I know that I need to focus on other things aside from reading, which is gonna break my heart. It's already breaking my heart just saying that because I love reading, obviously, but I know that I have responsibilities that I need to focus on, so hopefully, but I guess the more realistic one is just to continue on with series and be a little bit more consistent with reading series. I used to be really, really good about that, and I haven't been in the last couple of years, and so that is definitely something that I want to change about my reading, and allowing myself to do more rereads, because I feel guilty when I reread books, and I don't know why. I shouldn't. But yeah, I think that's really it, is just to be more consistent and almost more reliable and like stick to my TBRs. So I guess that's the only realistic, real goal that I have. But other than that, not really. I mean, I am a planner, but I'll probably make more reading plans around like November, December timeframe. With all of that was the last question. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to do it, you're tagged, all of you. Do it. Let me know if you do it, or just leave your answers in the comment section below. I would love to talk to you about all of these. I hope that you're all doing well, reading and otherwise, and thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really hope to see you all in my next one. Bye, guys. Okay, I need to go to the gym.